And welcome back to episode 80 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co host, Malcolm LA Player Wife King.
What's up to the losing squad? Clifford and the Cleveland Cavaliers
Man,
talking about
listen,
injuries. We
we
all
gonna get
already
into
heard
it.
that.
Talking about losing, we gonna get into it. We got my brethren in the building. Les Snipe, what's popping?
What's popping with y'all heads, man? You
Man,
know.
trying to keep them heads above water.
Right, hell yeah, you
Hey,
said it.
the NBA, I've been watching some of these games, man, and I will say it's a toss up. It's a toss up for finals this year, man. There's a lot of teams underperforming, a lot of teams doing better than we thought.
Right.
Golden State being number one right now. I don't know where Golden State came in, where they can just knock off, how they've been knocking people off, but
They always
we'll
been
dig into
good.
it.
They always
Nah,
been
but with
good.
the way this year started, they're looking like that team from 2017 again.
They
Looking
looked good last
crazy.
year. A lot of last year too.
They had injuries though. That boy Wiseman got injured. Clay been out
Right.
for 2 years. They get bruh. They're clicking, bro. Bro,
Clay
young boy.
still
I
ain't
know.
back, is he?
Nah,
No,
but they talk about him coming back like next month though. He might be back by December, like Christmas. He might be
Oh, for
back.
real?
Yeah. They talk about he just got cleared for 5v5. So that full contact. We're gonna see how shape he's in. I
Right,
hope his
right.
endurance is right. I hope his endurance is right because he ain't been playing in 2 years. So you know how that could take on a toll. That's like the Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is out
Right.
for 2 years.
But
So that long time stuff, I don't like it.
yeah, no, I agree with you there. And like Aaron said, he drink that chocolate milk, so hopefully it's helping him. But the only difference I think between Derrick Rose and Klay Thompson though is that Klay's position doesn't require a lot of physical exertion, like a lot of athletic drives and shit like Derrick Rose. Like I was talking to I can't remember who I was talking to, but I feel like Derrick Rose finally got to his even game, like to the game where he knows this is for my athletic ability. I don't do too much in the paint. I can still drive, but I'm not about to bounce like I used to. And that's
Nah,
why you're not seeing him get injured anymore. Before he was
true.
thinking he was still it's almost like when you get older and you think you can still do the things you did as a young buck, and when you try with the same intensity as you used to, but your body's not fit for it, that's where the injuries come from.
no,
hmm
But you can
man,
still get to a higher level, a high level, you just can't get to that same level. So it
can't
took him,
maintain.
right, it took him a while to understand, okay, I gotta pull back on the throttle because my body's not, I don't have the car for the engine
I
that I
used to
have
have.
in me, right? Like he has a big engine in a little ass car right now, and that car's gonna fall apart if you push it to the
Yeah, and
floor.
then you definitely could relate yourself. Just
Yeah.
small car, big engine. You know, uh, not really a
Lost
car.
call.
No, I'm just talking
That
shit.
nigga's stupid.
But
He's
but
a
no, you
forte.
are. But you are correct though, Cliff. I do agree with you. Is I think Derrick Rose has found his game style now. I'm happy for him. He seems like he's doing a lot better. Clay, I hope he can come back soon. I hope he can play some good ball.
I think he will.
We'll
I think he'll
see.
come back immediately looking like old Clay just because he was a catch and shoot player. And
Mm-hmm.
all he has to remember how to do is catch and shoot in rhythm. And that's like riding
Mm-hmm.
a bike. You know your rhythm when you're shooting the ball, regardless of how long it's been since you shot it.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right back. Just
Now
like
you may
KD.
not
KD
be
came back.
accurate as you were, but that's going to come. But as far as catching and shooting off of a pass,
Mm-hmm.
he has that memorized. That's like riding a bike, so that's not going to be an issue.
I think Clay's
And
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
there.
and
gonna be.
I think like how he was before, like how they used to show footage of him sitting on the bench and just shooting threes from the side. I think he's the type of person that does that all the time. Like, well, I don't got nothing else to do but throw up threes, so I'm gonna do it sitting down. So when I start shooting again, standing up, it's gonna be easier for me.
Nah, facts.
I think he
That
may come back like a real sniper.
Mm.
he might. I like Clay.
I hope
I
so.
do
Me
too.
too.
I like Clay, and I like his game, catch and shoot. That gives me the Ray Allen feel. And Ray Allen, there's a few other guys, but Ray Allen is the real close relative, like
Right.
thing, the person to him. Ray Allen come off that pick, he's pulling.
He's
He
pulling.
don't care if you're he don't care if you're there in his face, he's pulling
Right.
with confidence, with confidence. So, and Clay's gonna be that guy. If he got the good legs under him, I have no concern for him. He can go 0 for 30. I won't care
Right.
because I know he'll shoot.
He's still dangerous.
He's
still
bro,
fucking
once
dangerous.
he gets warm, he'll hit a mid range. Once you get that confidence, bro, he's going to drop on 15.
We're
That
talking
quarter.
about a player. We're talking about a player that's capable of dropping 50+ points on any given night. Klay Thompson.
Yeah, he can.
Listen,
he can.
how much did he drop in that quarter?
Like, was it 27?
It was
I thought it
more
was
than that.
30.
It was in the
I thought it was
30s.
30-something.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
30.
in the 30s.
Yeah, in one quarter. In one
I think
Bro,
it was
that's
33 or
10.
something like that.
That's 10 threes, 10, 11 threes in a quarter. That's a lot.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was
that means-
33 or something like that.
That means you are the offense.
And one thing I love is with Klay and Steph is obviously if one is off, usually the other one's at least on. Usually, now there's been nights, of course, where they've both been off, and we've seen that. It's rare, but I like to see them also feed off. I feel like they feed off of each other. Like if Steph is busting threes doing this thing, Klay coming out there like, okay, well watch this, watch my three, like, and then they're putting up points and they're both, and they're winning, they're having fun.
It's almost like a left and a right hand.
Right.
Like they're both two different hands on the same body.
And they both light skinned.
Man.
Klay looks like John B. Y'all remember John B?
Yeah, I remember John B.
He don't look like no
John B.
motherfucking John B.
John B.
Pull up John B right now.
He don't look like no motherfucking John B.
Man,
I see the similarity, the reason why you would say that, but he don't look like him.
That's what a lot of people compare him to.
Nah, he don't look like no damn John B.
You're
His
my
facial features
angel.
are more dominant than John B's are. It's the nose is the reason why they're saying that.
Man.
John B's Klay Thompson's daddy? That's
Might
that
be.
nigga daddy?
He might be his uncle. He might be his uncle.
I gotta see his jump
brother.
shot before I say that.
Right. But yeah, I mean their chemistry is just one of the best I've ever seen on the court.
But
So it'd be nice to see them play together.
I'm gonna tell you why the Warriors are so fucking dangerous. They're a dangerous squad because that's a team that consistently deals with long-term injuries and is used to playing with players on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Klay's used to playing with Steph out for months. Steph's used to playing with Klay out for months.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. It's not like, and I'm not trying to pick on you just yet, but it's not like the Lakers where if one of us is out, our chemistry is off.
Right.
We still got it to where we can make something happen even when one of us is out.
Right. Well, they played together for a long time.
Right. So when both of us are in, we're that more dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not in panic mode if somebody goes out with an injury.
They
You're still going to the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, they still made the playoffs last year, yeah.
Even if, Lord forbid, even if Steph goes out and Klay comes back and has to run it by himself for the rest of the season, I'm still putting the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs.
I think Golden State right now, minus that 73 and 9 season they had, and that's when they were like a dynasty. But that's the only win, like only lose less than 10 games. That is crazy. And right now they're on track that they could potentially. I think they're 12-2 right now.
Enough.
Well, hold on now.
Right now.
They knocked off. I was watching that 117 to 99 win over the Nets. What is that, Tuesday or Wednesday?
I didn't see that one.
Man, bruh. Look,
That
I
would have been a
mean,
nice game to see. I'm not, you know what, to be honest, and I'm sorry to cut you off just real quick, I'm not a fan of watching the Nets without Kyrie.
I can respect that.
It's just not the game is just not like Harden and Durant's game together is
Enough.
boring compared to having Kyrie on the court with them, or just Kyrie and Durant.
I mean, I feel that, but
my fault. What was you saying?
oh no, what I was saying was, I think that since they're like 12-2 right now, they're knocking out. They knocked out some good teams too, by the way. They had a couple losses, but they had some good games. But I just think like 15 games, 20 games stretch right now. Hey, Wiggins is showing out. You know what I'm saying? They got your boy
Jordan Poole showing out.
Jordan Poole showing out, but they got a starting five that's like Draymond is still looking good.
Oh, I love Draymond.
He'll get you a double-double. He'll get you a double-double every game, bro. He'll get you at least 10 rebounds, at least 10 points. He'll get you 5 assists.
He'll get you right. That's what I was about to say. He'll get you 10 assists if you let him touch the ball enough.
If you let him touch the ball enough, and so I want to see Golden State, really do well. Steph is an incredible performer. I mean, the fact he can pull up in front of him. You seen how
Steph is otherworldly. It's to the point where I start to question, like, where's his genes at? Somebody test him.
Man, bro. The way he mixed Blake Griffin was foul. And everybody knows, if you don't know, Blake Griffin's one of my favorite players. So I've been riding with Blake since like 09.
I love Blake.
I love Blake. I love his game. I like the way how his athleticism. As he got older,
I like his personality. I like how funny he is. He be doing comedy shows and shit.
Yeah. I love it.
I like Blake all around.
So he's like my favorite player. So the fact that he mixed my favorite player, how easily and how calmly he did it.
Blake's old though, and he's big. He's big and old. That's
older than him.
It doesn't matter. Steph is 6'10". When your joints are old and you 6'10", you can't be making cuts and staying in front of a shifty ass nigga like Steph Curry. You are gonna blend a nigga like Blake Griffin.
It's a mismatch play.
He would have blended Anthony Davis.
Man, he got mixed, and I was like, ooh. And then Steph got hot. I remember he hit like 4 threes in a row, just down. He just came, 4 drives, came down blasted. Then he was double teamed, kicked it from half court, made it. I'm like, yo, this dude's on fire, bro. What? He's a hot ball. Like he got hot, it was over.
I told you, you could give him a hug and he's still gonna hit that 3.
Bro, he's still hitting the shot, bro. It's crazy. He practices like that.
Did either one of y'all watch Steph Curry when he was in college at Davidson?
I did not.
That's when I started hearing about him, but I didn't watch a lot of the games. I probably only caught maybe 1 or 2 of his games back then.
I followed him since college just because, the Davidson was nobody. They made it to the tournament. Obviously, I'm cheering for the underdog, and I would see him play. So I'm just impressed at how much Steph has been able to evolve his game to higher heights and his shooting and everything since college, man. He's one of the best to do it for sure.
They changed the shot.
Well, and Cliff, I've been saying this. I said, and I'll say it again, Kobe's my favorite all-time player, but Steph was always number 2 for me. So seeing him do his thing, like he's in the lead for the MVP right now.
Yeah, I think he should get it. I think they snubbed him last year.
Thank you, bro.
I think they snubbed him last year.
They did snub him because on a team that was like 38 and 34 or something 38 and 42, and they had to do the play-in tournament. So he was still dropped. Bro, Steph was top for 40 every night. Like it was nothing.
Beat the Lakers to get in it.
He beat the Grizzlies.
I thought it was the Lakers. Oh no, it wasn't the Grizzlies. No. The Grizzlies win.
Lakers were 7. Weren't they? Was the Lakers 7?
The Grizzlies had a play-in too.
Oh yeah, the Lakers did go. They went out first round last year, so yeah, they did get in. Who did they beat then?
The 10th seed.
The Suns beat us. The Suns took us out.
Yeah, it wasn't the Grizzlies. I know that because the Grizzlies made it.
Devin Booker and the Suns took us out.
Yeah, the Suns.
Damn, I can't remember that then. I thought that was the Lakers for some reason.
Quit trying to put false information out there.
That might have been the last game of the season then, because I remember them playing y'all.
Yeah, they did. I'm pretty sure you're right on that.
I remember. Right. I remember them playing y'all late in the season, is what I'm saying. So I might have confused a regular season game with that play-in tournament.
I think you're right. I think I remember the podcast, the game leading up to the game. So I think I remember. I'm sorry, the after the podcast after. Because I remember saying, I said Steph did what he's supposed to do.
Right.
Steph has Steph numbers. They beat
Damn,
us.
that's gonna bother me. I can't remember. Memory ain't that good.
Right. We slept since then.
Listen,
Steph is definitely a solid player overall. I do like Golden State. I do like Golden. I mean, Celtics is my team, so I'm not no bandwagon. I ain't jumping
y'all
on
beat
nothing.
us last night. That's
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even watch the game. I'm Boston all the way, but I will say I do like how certain teams perform. I like how Milwaukee performs. Right now, they're not doing too hot, but I like the way they are.
Well, we'll get off Steph. I just want to say the last thing on him because that was one of the last games. I think it was the last game Cleveland played. No, I think Brooklyn. Was it the Warriors? It was either Warriors or Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I think I wrote it down
Y'all
actually.
played.
Yeah, that was the last game we played with the Warriors.
It was last night, right?
No, it was on the 17th. So Wednesday.
Lakers played last night.
Okay, yeah, it was Wednesday, but
Wednesday game.
We had them up. We were up on the Warriors by 12 points going into the fourth quarter, and then that's when Steph dropped to 20 and
not enough.
2. But my whole thing is this. That's a game where we were missing, of course, Colin Sexton, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Lauri Markkanen, and Lamar Stevens. Like, we had our second string on the court other than Darius Garland, and you still got a up 12 on the Warriors in the fourth. Like, I'm not counting it as a win because you shouldn't have let them come back like that. But at the same time, you can't control Steph.
No.
You can't control Steph. Now, if the whole team would have beat him like that, then I'd have been like, that's shame on Cleveland. But Steph dropping 20, he's gonna do that from time to time, and there's nothing you can do about it. And Darius Garland doesn't have enough experience to stick with him.
No.
But I will shout Darius Garland out since Colin Sexton's been out. His points percentage has gone up. It's clear that his confidence has gone up because he's starting to like take last second shot clock half court threes and shit, and he's nothing but netting them. He looks like the early version of Steph when Steph first started going off. Like, so that 73-9 season was 2016 when Cleveland won. So probably around that 2014 period when he really started showing out, like really started chucking up threes and turning around to the crowd. Like before he was just hitting them, but then he started like showing off like, okay, I've arrived. And I feel like Darius Garland is going through the same thing before his transition. I said it on the podcast previously. I said he's going to be the next Steph Curry type player.
I gotta watch some clips. I gotta watch more tape on him. I
gotta send you some clips because he really is amazing if he has the confidence to put the team on his back. But you can tell he's more passive. He doesn't want the team on his back. Give that to Colin. I'll pass it.
That's Colin, yep. That's Colin's role.
But now that Colin's out, you have to be in order for us to win. And he's starting to understand it. Like, okay, let me take more shots now. And now his percentage since Colin Sexton's been out, I think is like at 23 points a game. Before you was only at 16.
Yeah, he's stepping it up. That's a major improvement. That sounds like your boy Giannis. You know, Giannis was when he first came in.
Right.
He was getting boosts. But once he got
it's that
really
arrival,
confident,
like when something clicks in you, like I'm good enough. I am good enough. Let me show him. And I think that's what he's going through. You said Chris Middleton. I don't think I quite remember Chris Middleton before. I always forget. I need to start doing that.
I haven't watched any of Bucks games, but like you know how you have them out of conference games where you have like a random team versus like one of your teams that's in your conference, like because I'm Eastern, so you know.
We got kicked again from the recording. We still streaming, but I gotta free up that space.
Oh, you talking about for audio?
No. The recording, like, so I'm not gonna be able to upload it to the pod. I gotta download the whole thing from YouTube to upload it to the podcast.
You gotta just YouTube the MP3 converter.
Right. So now it's all right though. We still live. We just man, I gotta figure it out.
Gotta free up some of that space on that gig up on that. terabyte or that whatever you got over there.
Yeah, man, it's sitting here right here. I did it before we started the show. It took like 45 minutes, and I guess it didn't free up enough space. I don't know. I'm techno-literate. Like I don't know. Like I can do the regular shit, but when you talk about that kind of shit, give me somebody else. We're White Mike when we need you, baby.
Right, where's oh, shit.
You ain't been with us in a while. Be ashamed.
Yeah, he been right there. Football season's over. He should be back, right?
But I know motherfuckers.
Unless you coaching basketball. You coaching basketball now?
Right. Right. He ain't coaching basketball.
You coaching basketball now? Shit.
He ain't have nothing.
This is all around sports.
He ain't have nothing but a shot. Season? He had a decent shot. That's it. That's all Mike had.
Yeah, he coaching football, coaching basketball. Springtime is baseball.
He was he was good. He was definitely a good baseball player.
He doing tennis in the summer. He's doing every sport.
Yeah, basketball ain't his sport. I mean, I don't care if he mad. That's not your sport, G.
He's golfing. He's doing everything.
We might have to set that up. A little hit the showers golfing joint.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. A little golfing, but you gotta have your clubs and shit.
No, we're gonna Top Golf. Fuck that.
We
did say that. We were supposed to schedule that. What we probably gonna do is instead of doing like a field day, we gonna break it up. Let's break it up and do one event at a time, and then we'll piece it together by the time next year come around.
That'd be dope.
Well, we might have to figure something out. Aaron's in town Thanksgiving week. We'll figure it out. That's post shit. But let's talk about it. Last 5 games of the Lakers.
He jumped right in.
Y'all are 1-4. Now I named all them people that we got injured on our squad. We out of our last 5 games, we 2-5.
Okay.
And we share similar opponents in the Celtics, who blew y'all out 130-108 with LeBron, mind you.
Right.
We went 1-1 with them. We beat them 98-92, down players, mind you. And then they beat us 98-92. We beat them 91-89.
Close games.
Russell Westbrook is a cancer to every team he goes to. I mean, let's not pretend like
I say this every time.
It's just right. It's just like we keep going back to it, but it's the truth. I mean, he's a great player,
he's
but
switching up though.
He don't know how to play team ball.
You've been saying that. You have been saying that, but I thought you wasn't you the one that wanted Russ on the squad?
No, I didn't. I didn't want him. When I found out we got him, it was one of those, just like with LeBron over the years, being a Cavalier fan. If you can't beat him, join him. If he's on my team, I mean, I can say F Westbrook, but that also means F the Lakers. You know what I mean? Let's be real. Like now,
I feel like I gotta look up some old film, old footage.
No, I've never been on the Westbrook. Remember, I'm the one that.
I know you've been saying he get empty stats and shit, but
was I excited when I? Right. Was I excited when I found out? Yes, of course.
But that's what I'm saying.
Cliff, you act like I didn't go through this with LeBron when he came to the Lakers. I went to the same.
But that's different. Don't ever disrespect my nigga Bron like that.
That's different.
I didn't want LeBron. I'm saying as far as the conversation of I didn't want that player on the team. I didn't think that player was a good fit. That's what I mean.
Right. Yeah, I said the same thing in Cleveland, and I appreciate him for bringing Chip to Cleveland, but I don't like it at the expense that you sold the whole team away to get that, and
that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Appreciate the follow, Dalton.
Shout out Dalton.
Yeah, hop in the chat with whatever you thinking. But what was we saying? What was I saying?
Oh, okay. Just talk about how.
Oh yeah, I don't like the fact that he traded away. Like, okay, I was talking to Malk about it off show, Les. So basically, what I said is the reason that everybody is surprised that the Cavs are doing so well currently is because what LeBron fucked up seems to be happening again organically. Like, LeBron traded away all our rookie talent. All them first-round picks that we had in the bank, you traded away to get Kevin Love.
Right.
That's stupid.
That was very dumb.
Kevin Love can't even play a whole season.
We had 3 years damn near guaranteed first rounds. We had 2, and then I think we traded. I can't remember, but we had like 3 first-round picks, and you traded all of them away for Kevin Love. Kevin Love's a decent player back in his prime. Now, not so much. Guaranteed 3 damn near. I'll take that, but you're still too old to do much else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not
Kevin
too
Love
old,
was
but you're
good.
too old and unathletic combined with that.
And you're injury prone on top of that.
I don't think it's injury prone so much as I think he sits out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he's the type that'll use an injury to be like, this isn't a winning season. I'll take this one off. I'll stay out. I think that's what it is with Kevin. But same reason why, I don't know. I think that might have been a let him go type situation with the Olympic team. But he so-called stepped off of the Olympic team. So-called stepped off. I think he was asked to leave, but...
Well, I mean...
But that's the whole thing. I just feel like now they're starting to get those picks that they had in their pocket. And you got to think, these picks aren't even the picks they had in their pocket. These picks are less than the picks they had in their pocket. But the moves they're making with the young talent that's coming in with your Darius Garlands, Colin Sextons, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, like those are standout talents even though they're so young. And you're seeing the turnaround of the team because you're rocking with your picks.
Right.
Which you should have done the whole time before LeBron divvied them out to everybody else.
Gave him away.
Right.
Yeah.
Think about, you could have had like a Spurs type dynasty if you would have stayed with your picks and developed those players. Because we all know who went first round in those years.
Andrew Wiggins.
Well, no, we had Wiggins. We had Wiggins that year. The year LeBron came back is the year we drafted Wiggins, and LeBron
That's right.
traded
I remember
him out.
that. I remember that.
And gave away the two other first rounders to Minnesota.
And look at A. Wiggins now on Golden State.
I'm telling you.
Solid player.
I think it's a competition thing. I said that before. I think LeBron doesn't like competition at that position.
Kyrie, same example.
Well, Kyrie. You think, I'm saying at his position specifically, like at that small forward position, it seems like he always gets rid of them. Even in LA, he did the same thing to what's his name?
Your boy Ingram.
Right, Brandon Ingram did the exact same thing to him. You chose Kuzma and you shipped off Ingram because Ingram was the more dominant scorer, the more dominant personality. He's going to get minutes regardless. But what you're lacking,
he's at your position.
Right, what you're lacking to understand is if you need time off, you need a good 3 to come in when you're out. You can't replace yourself with a different position like he did last year with your boy, the center y'all traded away.
McGee?
No, with the dreads.
Yeah, Montrezl Harrell.
Right. LeBron goes out, you bring in a center. Well, wait. Well, who's going to cover the shit that you was doing before? Because Montrez ain't.
Right.
You got to bring in somebody comparable to your position to be able to hold that down. Otherwise, your team collapses. But you trade all those players away.
And that's exactly what happened. When they got rid of that Josh Hart and Ingram and your boy Lonzo.
Julius Randle.
For AD.
Julius Randle was a big one.
And you got hella picks. You gave away hella picks. I'm like, bro.
He's known for that.
Bro. He did it in Cleveland. He did it in LA. I'm like, oh, man.
And it's not like I don't rock with him. I rock with LeBron. I respect him, all that. But as far as like a on-court GM, you're not good at it. You're not good at it. You're just not good at it. You're not good with the picks and the decisions that you make. And at some point, I feel like somebody in someone's front office should be like, hold up, LeBron, you're not hired for that. I understand you want the players you want, but this is still our organization, right? So we don't feel a rustle and you are going to work together. Who's your next pick? Who the fuck is your next pick? Give me options. I can't just get one guy. What it is LeBron has a big heart. So he like, who all in the league that I like doesn't have a ring? Let me try to bring them onto the team and get them one. But that doesn't mean that they work well on your team, G.
I say the chemistry might not work, but Russell was on an OKC team. I had little to nobody. This is when your boy Gildas Alexander was just transforming. This is post KD.
Right.
This is post Serge Ibaka gone. This is post your boy Steven Adams was gone.
Right.
You had all these people. All you had, what is it? I'm sorry, Elis Cancer or whatever. They had sent all their bigs out. Nick Collison retired. Come on, man.
But I mean, he does good. He does good in those situations where he knows it's all on him.
He do.
Like, it's not like Russell won't pass the ball. He will pass the ball. The issue is he takes too many shots. Right. He takes too many shots and too many risks.
He do.
That's the issue.
He'll shoot 9 for 30 if he can.
Right. If you let him.
If you let him put them shots up. He said, "Hey, I see him."
You know how there've been stories of him getting like in fights with people in practice that be telling him like stop shooting so much. And I figured coming on a team with LeBron would be the one that he would respect enough to listen and be like, okay, let me cool out. He hasn't done so yet. Now,
what was the stat line from the last game?
That's what I was about to say. I didn't watch the whole last game, so I don't know how he did in that one. And maybe LeBron is saying, with me on the bench, do whatever the fuck you want. Because I could see LeBron saying that. Because it's not like he doesn't produce. It's just what he does in between producing that's the issue. You can't just pass, bro. You can't just pass and not hit your open shots. And if you miss a few threes, you're not Klay Thompson. We're not going to keep telling you to take them over and over again. Do something else.
He's athletic enough to do something else. He can hit a mid-range. He can drive. He can get fouled. He can do a lot of other things.
And for some reason, it's almost like it affects his ego. Like, I missed that 3. Okay, I got to hit the next one. Oh, I missed that one. I got to hit the next one.
And that nigga's over 7.
Right.
In that game, Russell Westbrook on the 19th, so yesterday with Boston, he played 31 minutes, 38.5% field goal percentage, 25% from the 3, 25% from the free throw. He had 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, and 12 points.
I'm not mad at
How many shots did he put up is the question.
Yeah, what's that? Did it say?
38%.
Turn your phone to the side. Turn your phone to the side and it should expand the stats.
Turn it to the side?
Yeah, like horizontal, and it should expand the stats to give you the percentages and shit. It's not.
It just gives me the field goal percentage, but doesn't say like what for what.
How,
right. It says it was 38.5%, which to me,
38.5, bro.
That's not bad though. That's not a bad field goal percentage.
On 12 points, but I guarantee he shot 13 at least.
You said it was 12 points.
Yeah, he shot at least.
Yeah, that isn't the best on 12 points.
Right.
He shot at least 13 shots. So that means he only made maybe 4. He probably had a couple. You said how many free throws he made? Couple, like 2, 3.
It said he was
25%.
So it don't matter. He missed 75% of his threes.
Yeah, bro. Cuz probably shot like 14
but
shots.
But you gotta
bro.
think it. You gotta think motherfuckers always aspire to get into the 40, 35, 90 club. And a 38 point whatever isn't far off of that 40%.
But what about that 25?
Well, 25 can be improved. It's just I don't know. With Russell, I don't have so much confidence as how fast it gets improved, because it gets improved by intelligent shots, and Russell's not known for intelligent shots.
He's a gunslinger,
right? That's why I said it's like an ego thing, because he'll dribble he shoots like people play 2K. He'll dribble the ball up without any big man down there or whatever, and just pull and just like it a brick, and nobody's there to get it. And it's like, Russ, slow the fuck down. Like, can we That's why I feel like it's ego. Like I missed, now I got to make up for the miss. But at least do it intelligently. At least let your big man get in position before you take that three.
He wants number three.
I don't get it. But that's your boy, Malk. That's your boy.
No, I want to tell you who my new boy is because I just seen something, a stat line that's crazy. You probably don't even know about, Cliff, and you a fan of this team. Why didn't you ever tell me about a young man named C.J. Stroud, the quarterback for the Ohio State Buckeyes, who today had a Heisman level performance against, Michigan State. He was 32 for 35, 432 passing yards, 6 passing touchdowns. And I don't want to say he's black, but he appears to look black of color.
Yeah, he's probably a mixed one.
Been at?
I've always known about him. He hasn't started having that kind of a season or those kind of performances started about 4 games back. He had that injury. He threw a good game and then he got injured, and that was the game they started. Who's the dudes? Remember we looked them up.
Oh, let me see.
I don't know, but we looked them up on an episode with me and my pops. Me, you, and my pops on it. I can't think of who, but they started, and then he came back the following week, and then he started going crazy, like throwing over 350 every game and shit like that.
Jack Miller was the backup quarterback.
That's exactly who.
He's the DUI one too, or OVI, y'all call it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he got an OVI not too long ago.
Damn,
in Columbus.
Listen, they be on it. You gotta be careful. They be on it.
Oh yeah, they ain't playing. But yeah, anyways, I had seen that on Instagram real quick and saw that stat line. It was like, oh yeah, that's amazing. So I thought I'd just mention that real quick. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I had the Ohio State game on the list to talk about, but I that's another one that I was just watching pieces of stats of because I got mixed up on the times and only caught like the end of it.
Right. That's like 12?
It was an early game. I thought it was a late game. I don't know. Well, not late, but I switched to it at like 2:30.
It was already done almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a 12. I was watching that when I was delivering earlier, out and about. What's up with the Oregon Ducks, man? I heard a lot of talk about the Duckies.
I ain't been paying.
Yeah, I ain't been hearing about the Ducks too much myself.
Right. I just caught a little snippet on ESPN, man. They was talking about.
I don't know too much about the Pac-12 though. I'm gonna keep that a buck.
They were saying that they got like number 2 in passing yards a game and some other stuff. Yeah, they was talking the Ducks up high. I was like, bro, and I was thinking to myself. The reason why I bring it up because I was thinking to myself, when's the last time the Ducks was just talked about? Like, to me, like, I ain't really know the Ducks to be talked about since, like, 2015.
No, because your boy was just there, though.
Herbert.
Yeah, he just came out of Oregon.
Yeah, he did.
Justin Herbert.
For the Chargers.
Oh, Hubert.
Hubert.
That's his name, boy. He will not call him another name. That's
nah, my boy Hubert.
But he was just there. They didn't have a bad season when he was there.
Right.
Nah, he's gone. He's been in the league a few years now, so I'm just like,
2 years. It's his second season. This is only his second season. Yeah,
hey, you never know, man. Teams be falling away.
Did I say 17? Did I say a year?
No, you didn't say a year. I don't think you said a year.
I must be thinking of another conversation. Yeah, because
I don't think... What's up with Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, they on one.
Where'd they come from? Like, how they never won? I ain't never seen, ain't that the ACC?
Yep.
Oh, Cincinnati.
What has ever been...
Are they ACC?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, are they still the Big East? I remember they had switched. Well,
yeah, I think you might. That's a good fucking question, man.
You have to pull it up because the ACC went over a big overhaul. Pitt left. Was it Wake Forest or another team? UNC switched, or was it There's a few other teams that had switched that were in the Big East originally and
When
switched
all that
over.
happened, I just lost.
I lost track of everything. So all your divisions are different. All your conferences are different now.
Yeah, I heard about the Cincinnati Bearcats football team for the past couple of years now. I heard they all right.
I never thought they would be number one in the country though.
No, they just in the AC.
They're in the ACC.
Or yeah, what?
They're number one in the nation right now, bro. They're undefeated. They have not lost. Alabama, Clemson, they have all lost.
The best team of Ohio college football.
They're in the AAC.
What the fuck is American? I don't know what that stands for.
American Athletic Conference.
Oh,
that sounds like trash.
That's what it says.
They better switch conferences. They ain't gonna never. That's why I'm like, why are they at the top? But the SEC dominates the top 4 spots every year. Let's be real here. Alabama, Clemson, LSU, and like Ole Miss, or you might slide in. You might interchange that with what's the little Arkansas? Well, I don't know. Arkansas's not really top 4. They're like top 10, but you get my point though. It's all SEC.
Right.
So the fact that a team that's in the AAC, niggas are like, who is the AAC?
I don't even know. That's what it says, though.
That's like somebody from the MAC conference being number one in the, get out of here, bro. There's nobody swinging like that.
But maybe it's Ohio State Luke Fickell.
Maybe.
Maybe he just strong out there, bringing it to Cincinnati, and now they like, listen. Because they came out of nowhere. And they quarterback, what's his name? Ritter, whatever his name is. He a dog for real.
I did not expect that team. Those are just little snips. I be catching, I ain't watched college ball in last 2 to 3 years. But, just because I've been watching other sports. I got into baseball heavier. I got into tennis more. I've been watching other sports. And college football just took a back burner.
Yeah, I can't lie to you on that. It hasn't always been other sports though. Usually,
I don't know.
Usually Saturdays, it may be on in the background, but I'm probably doing something whether it be shirts or whatever the case may be. Or I might be on the game during that time frame and have to check and be like, oh shit, the Bucks are playing or whatever the case may be. But I haven't been on college football or basketball really as much as I usually am. As much as I was before we started the podcast. Remember before we started the podcast, Malk used to ask me about the motherfuckers coming out. And I used to be like, yeah, what's the name out of so-and-so? Because I used to watch the college more than I watched the NBA, really. Before I started the podcast, I would only watch Cleveland, NBA-wise. And then I would, watch highlights of everybody else. And then, other than that, it was college shit.
Now it's changed.
Right. And then I just don't have time. I don't have time. You can't watch college and NBA and NFL and all that and still have I don't have enough. I don't even have enough brain capacity to keep all that in and then do it on a podcast. That's too much. I can't keep up with all that.
Nah, you need an assistant.
But I would, like you said, I would definitely love, and I would I'm hoping once we get into the other seasons, we do start incorporating the baseball and the golf and all that as well, because those are things that I watch. I just don't watch it as prevalently as I watch football and basketball. So that those are when I need additional co-hosts and shit.
Right.
That's gonna get involved.
That's what I was thinking. Even as since this is all around sports, you know what I mean? Hey, you got a sports analyst for this particular.
Right.
I watch soccer and stuff. You know what I mean? So I'd be like, all right, this team's popping. This team traded this person. It'd be like a little wire line.
Are you watching the national shit? Well, not the national. I mean, the world see like the
The
World?
international.
Yeah, or are you watching
Yeah.
MLB or not MLB, MLS?
I don't watch MLS at all. I
Okay.
couldn't tell you what Chicago and the LA Galaxy are doing. I'm
Up,
only
whatever.
yeah. I'm watching over in England. You might have to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, but you can catch them games every day. Like
Right.
I'm watching the Champions League. I'm
Right.
watching
That's the
the
word. That's
League
what I was
League.
looking for.
Yeah, I'm watching the big heavy hitters: Liverpool versus Manchester City,
Who's
the
your
United.
favorite team in the international shit?
International. I like Manchester City. I like Manchester City.
You like Manchester City? You going with the blue?
Yeah. Yeah, I like the uniforms got me.
The
I was like,
blue?
these
You
are-
going with the blue over the?
Bro,
Okay.
the blue was nice. And then I watch like Barcelona. You know, I watch like different little teams and like PSG. That be having some hitters.
Who's PSG?
PSG is the I forget what the abbreviation stands for, but there'll be like players on there like Pele. What's the other dude's name? He's a quarterback. It's Pela.
Okay.
Yeah, not like the Clemson.
Say,
Not like the Clemson, bro.
this motherfucker got a throwback team in real life. Let me find out. They got a hologram out there on the field.
Nah. But there'll be different players. I mean, of course, Messi. You know, your boy Ronaldo. You know, I mean, you got all the heavy hitters.
He just
but
left though, didn't he? Where'd he go to?
Yeah, somebody went to a different team.
Did he go to Manchester City? No, he went somewhere crazy.
Well, what happened with him was he was clearing the transfer. So the transfer, for the showerheads you don't know, transfer is just like how people trade in like football, like the trade deadlines, things like that. But the difference about soccer is there's no salary cap. So what happens is the league has to accept that transfer. Like you can't just go to another team.
Kind of like how they did Chris Paul back in the day when they was like, you can't go to the Lakers. That's too much with Kobe and them.
Clippers. Exactly. So like when you do a transfer, it has to get approved by the league for so much money, and it has to also they have to have enough like competition. They're not going to see it's a team that's already stacked. They're going to reject it. So you have to get your. It's like waivers, like what OBJ had to come out with waivers, similar to that, but it's called a transfer. So yeah,
But where'd he go to? Where'd he go to? I can't remember.
I'm not sure exactly. I'd have to look it up. But that's the last time I was paying attention to it. But I was watching a Liverpool game not too long ago, and I think Liverpool smashed somebody like 6-0, which was like crazy. I'm like, bro, that's a football score. In soccer, for people who don't watch soccer usually gets about 2 to 3 goals. That's it. When a team has over 4 goals in a soccer game, that means you got crushed.
Right.
Like that's equivalent to like somebody scoring like 36-0 in football.
And
like
then
that's bad.
And then you got 0. Like you didn't get 1.
Then you get tied. Yeah, you go ties a lot. There's a lot of ties in soccer just because like it's a 90-minute game. Like there's no other game that's 90
minutes though.
Yeah, they do.
They give you the roll off or whatever from like. They end up getting extra time at the end of that 90, and then after that, what? Like it's a
tie.
Nah, don't they go into an overtime period?
There is no overtime in soccer. It depends on what league you're in.
Okay,
it depends on if it's international. If it's a FIFA Cup and you keep going, they can go to penalty kicks.
Right. That's what I was about to say.
Just like in hockey. Yeah, just like in hockey, they go to a shootout, but not in the regular games. Not in the regular, like in the season schedule games. No,
but I thought even before you got to the penalty kicks, they had an overtime period.
No.
In
regular soccer, it's 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes, and then the ref comes in and says, "Okay, we're gonna do 3 to 5 minutes extra time to see if somebody can change the decision." Especially when you have a team that has the ball, and let's say somebody the 90 minutes hit and somebody committed a foul, they're gonna continue the play. Like they're not gonna stop the middle of the momentum. They're gonna keep going. So they're like, "Hey, add 3 minutes." Or say if an injury happens, they're going to continue. They're going to add 3 minutes.
That's why I said the roll off. They usually give you the roll off back.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. But there's a lot of draws in soccer. If you look at how the win loss draw is, their draw is in the middle. The loss is on the last column to the right. So it's like WDL. It's
Right.
reverse. It's not like the NBA where there's
Right.
like, and even NBA has
Right.
overtime. Yeah, they don't. There's no draws in the NBA. They can't have that. So they got to keep going until somebody wins. Somebody got to win. Soccer ain't like that. We can draw all day long. If it's not World Cup, we're
Well, that
drawing.
makes sense because I would imagine that at some point that was like like they rectified that rule because think about soccer, like if you got two good teams, ain't nobody scoring. We'll be here all night. This can't be MLB rules. At some
Nah,
point, this shit gotta end.
exactly. And it's
I'm
90
sure way
minutes.
back in the day there was a king at the top of a fucking balcony that had these motherfuckers playing all night.
Right, I bet.
The loser gets killed. So keep on going till y'all.
The loser gets killed.
I'm sure it started
That's
real.
wow. I just want to know who made the halves 45 minutes though. Like, who said that? That is a long game. Like, you got to think about it. An NFL game is 60 minutes with halftime and all of that, and it's still a 3.5 hour game. These games are 90 minutes and 45 at a clip.
But it's not constant though. Like it is constant, but like if you watch the game, like you'll see a dude standing there with the ball in between his legs thinking about who to pass it to and nobody approach because you're gonna get swerved and he's going, so it's like there is time where it's like you're just that 40. What I'm getting at is that 45 minutes doesn't come down to that hour that the NBA's playing. The NBA is going hard that whole hour. And sometimes it's longer than that with the fouls and the timeouts and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your breather in between. But soccer, it's not even like football where you might break away on a long run. Like you might have a long stretch where a guy like beat somebody and he's racing to the goal, but for the most part the offsides and all that makes it to where you're gonna have time in between. You're not gonna be going full speed towards the goal, dribbling the ball.
Nah, the soccer field's too big for that. I mean, soccer field is huge, so you can't. Yeah, there ain't none of that going on.
So I feel like that's a good amount of time. I feel like the wild thing is that they don't split it up into quarters and you're just going that full half.
Yeah, 45. And the thing about it too, though, in the NBA and the football, right, you get substitutions, right? In soccer, there's only 3 substitutions a game, a whole match, 3. So once the guy comes out, he cannot come back in. He's out for the game. So a guy has to go 60, 70 minutes of game time, and then they might pull him out, and then he can't come back.
Yuri Eldad said, "Minute of silence to honor King Kyle the Lionheart."
Hmm? You talking about that Kyle Ritter guy?
Yeah, that's who he's talking about. The looter shooter, he said.
Man, we ain't showing that guy respect.
That nigga ain't dead. He ain't dead.
He definitely ain't dead, bro.
Fuck, what you mean? Moment of silence.
That dude got acquitted. He got acquitted of charges for murder. He ain't going no. He's chilling.
Somebody just trying to probably create chaos.
Listen, but what was we talking about?
No, all I was saying was like, with soccer, like you only get 3 substitutions, but Bron can sit out 4 times the whole game. This one guy got to play the whole match and then come out 1 time and he's done for the game. You know what I mean? So it's just different. I like soccer though. It's different. It's unique. It has slow pace. It has medium. It has high tempo.
Right.
I like the aggression. I like the aggression between the players. Like they be talking shit to each other. And it's crazy because they don't all speak the same language. So sometimes they be talking to each other, but they be knowing each other's language kind of like.
Oh, everybody know how to say nigga though. Everybody know how to say monkey and throw bananas and shit.
Yeah, bro.
They know that. That's universal.
Yeah, they be egging people on. I like it. I like the confrontation. So, it's just like boxing. I like boxing because, they be talking stuff at the press conferences and stuff. It builds up the fight. Then when dude gets knocked out or something, it'd be like, oh, I told you I was going to do this. So I like the hype. It's fun.
Well, let's move off football and go into some football.
Okay.
because you weren't here for the pick, so I would like to get yours while you on here. We'll rewind back. After that, we'll probably hop into. Let's see what we hop into. We had an hour, but I want to get your picks. We got the picks from last Wednesday show that you missed here, and I want your opinions on these, and I'll give you our spreads as well.
Mm-hmm.
But first and foremost, I want to know what you think happens with them Ravens and them Bears.
Well, if the Ravens showed up how last game, how they played, the Bears have a puncher's chance, what we call it. So I think if Lamar does what he's supposed to do and our team does what we're supposed to, I think we'll win. I think we'll win by 10. It'll be a close game. I think an extra field goal will push us off the ledge.
I mean Ravens 10.
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens 10.
Okay.
I think we can push them out.
You and Mom got the same selection.
Spread. Oh yeah.
Great minds think alike.
10's fair. Yeah. Great minds definitely think alike.
I threw the Hail Mary. I said Bears 6.
Now there's room for that. If we play down to our comp, there's definitely room.
I feel like Bears 6. And the only reason why I say that is because I think Justin Fields is nowhere near similar to Lamar Jackson, but I do think he has that chip on his shoulder to where he'll try to counter what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like if Lamar makes a big run, you're going to see Fields come out that backfield to try to prove himself. Or if he throws a big pass, you're going to see Fields try to counter that. And if he does with confidence, I can see them pulling it off.
It's possible. Like I said, I'll give them a puncher's chance.
The way they've been playing. That's the reason why I made that selection.
That makes sense.
Then we'll go Bills Colts.
Well, hold on real quick.
Yeah, what you got?
Also, keep in mind, they just announced Khalil Mack is out for the rest of the season with a foot injury. He has to get foot surgery.
I did hear that.
That's tough, too, because if you don't have pressure on Lamar, he's going to eat you up.
He's going to eat you alive, bro.
So consider the latest updates as well. Which there's been a few. I'm going to have to pull some of them.
I would feel bad if I reneged on my pick, though.
Nah, leave it how it is. What's up with that Cole Kmet? What's up with that tight end? Is he out too?
For the Bears?
Yeah, the tight end, number 89?
I don't know. 8? I should have checked the IR. Listen, I ain't.
Hey, you just dropped this on me. You dropped a bomb on me.
Baby.
So also, Lamar Jackson is questionable this Sunday or tomorrow with an illness. And Hollywood Brown is going to be out tomorrow.
That's that nigga, man. That's that nigga. I like
Hollywood. We can win without him because your boy Rashard Bateman has been putting in work. So that's not too concerning for me. Plus, he doesn't get the ball as much as Mark Andrews does. And so for that reason, Hollywood Brown, no offense to you, my good brother, but bro, just heal up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I like Hollywood.
What if Jackson don't play? What if he is going to be out? Then what?
If Jackson doesn't play,
who's y'all's two?
Huntley.
Who's y'all's two?
We got Trace.
I don't know
who's that? Trace.
It's a black dude
named
Huntley. He used to play for the Packers.
I know what you're talking about. That's the backup from Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, we got him. We got. What's up?
I don't think I know him. No, I was just.
Yeah, he's actually all right.
And then we got that dude from Penn State, Trace McSorley. And then we got RG3.
I thought RG3 was an analyst.
Right. I thought he.
I didn't even know he was still. I didn't know he was still playing. I didn't know he was still playing.
Oh damn! But I don't know. They must have slid him up out of there.
I know he's been up there in the analyst box, and he does good there too. He does good there.
Does he?
Yeah, he's not bad.
He's all right.
Yeah, I could definitely see him doing that after his career. I mean, I feel like his career is over.
Yeah, it's kind of been over.
You're a third stringer at best.
Oh,
No, I'm
yeah,
not
he's
saying I'm
he's
not saying
solid.
that he doesn't have the ability to be great on the field, but who's gonna put you at a second string quarterback? You're not even reliable. You can be
Nah.
a third stringer and still go out for the season. So why the fuck would I invest money in you to be a backup? So you might
Backup's a
as well
tough
go up
position.
there in the booth. You might as well go up there
Mm-hmm.
and be an analyst, because I don't see RG3 having a career in football.
Nah.
don't either.
So you got your boy Huntley, and you
He was
got
great
your
while
boy,
he lasted, though. I'm not gonna take nothing away from him. I feel
he
like
had a couple years.
yeah, and he was great in those couple years. That last year when he came back off an injury, that soured everybody's
That did him in.
right. That everybody was
Mm-hmm.
talking bad about him after that, but he was
Do we
good.
have Dwayne? Is Dwayne for the Steelers? Or did we pick him up?
Yeah,
Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins on the Steelers.
Oh, he's still okay. All
Yeah.
right.
He's the third string.
What you thought y'all got him?
Man, we got Le'Veon. Oh, actually, we just cut Le'Veon.
Yeah,
Speaking of
he's
that,
gone. Yeah, he's
we
gone.
just cut Le'Veon. I don't know why. I mean, I get why, but like, what was to go through all that process to get him? But we did cut him for a veteran minimum contract, so I guess we ain't lose nothing. But I
But
kind of
you
liked
didn't
him out
gain
there.
anything.
He got a couple touchdowns for us. He got a couple touchdowns, some
And
yards, but nothing crazy.
a veteran minimum contract. Like you cut him for no reason.
It was random. It came across the pipeline. It was the same day I think the Khalil Mack thing came out.
Something had to happen because you cut him for no reason. A veteran minimum, like you really give a fuck about 2.7? They don't
Not
care
really.
about that. They think that's
Mm-mm.
chump change,
It is in the grand scheme of things. It
right?
is.
So just to cut him and he's already on a vet minimum contract, that's wild to me. Unless there's something else to the situation, and we hear about a news article in the next couple of
Down the
weeks.
line, yeah. You never know, man. NFL is a tricky business, just like the NBA. But
It's not just
but
like
yeah,
the
no.
NBA though. I feel like the NBA is a little clear. Like the rules are a lot clearer set out. NFL, the rules can be changed depending on the situation.
And the person.
Right. Definitely. Well, that was a nice way of
Person,
saying the
big thing.
situation.
Oh well, yeah.
But you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Bills Colts, what you got on that? I do like that. I appreciate you bringing that up though. But I don't think I can change my pick, man. I would feel bad reneging, even if I wanted to. Where did that word come from while I'm saying that?
Inadvertent thought.
Yeah.
Barbershop.
The Massive was out one day
Right.
and he was reading up, and one of his
I'm reading up on
Blaze
what?
is
His
trying-
cotton?
he's reading up on his cotton, some of his other stuff supplies. He saw a slave trying to get away, and he said, in the middle of reading up, he said, "That Nick." So he said, "I'm reneging," and it just became a word.
They came over together.
That's probably how it happened. But no, that's an
Probably
interesting thought.
Reneging would sound like
Sounds aggressive. Reneging, like, oh shit.
well, see, I mean, I know why. See, it's crazy that I'm saying it right, and I know we going off on a tangent, but it's the same thing as Indian giving, right?
Yeah, but we take
that's
back.
racist too.
Right.
Indian
Reneging
giver?
and Indian
Like,
giving
damn.
are the same thing, and that's what
Offensive.
made me pop in my head. Like, why am I saying that? Because not to go there, but if we
love
talking
everybody.
about giving and taking, we know the white man's best at that.
Yeah,
Let's
that's-
stop
Change your
playing.
heart. Change your heart's what they call it.
Let's stop playing. So let me strike that word from my vocabulary.
vocabulary. And that probably answers your question, Les, to why Le'Veon Bell got let go, because if they feel like you ain't worth their dollar they're paying you, you're on the way
Right.
out.
Whoa
Well, the thing is-
there. The dot connector. Now
You
that's a
on the
dot
way
connected this evening.
The thing they have is the reason why they brought him in is because Justice
That nigga
Hill's
brought it
out.
full circle.
Right.
Justice
We know why they
Hill's
brought
out.
him in, but
You got your boy J.K. Dobbins out.
And
Yeah, we
Dobbins
know why
gonna
they
be
brought him in.
something,
We talked about it podcasts ago when they brought him in. At least me and Cliff, when we were on, we did. But they didn't get the same reason why the Chiefs let him go. They felt like for what they were paying him, they weren't getting that. Now you have your people like Jerry Jones, who is clearly in love with Ezekiel Elliott for whatever reason. Because we all know the money he's paying Ezekiel Elliott, he's not earning every dollar and penny right now.
But he got Pollard.
He's
They
still
got
playing.
Tony Pollard, so he's not pressed. Now, if they didn't have Pollard, he would be pressed out.
Yeah.
He would be, you would see.
And we coming off that money.
Listen, he'd be up Ezekiel Elliott's ass, or they'd be looking for somebody to replace him. Jerry Jones is not above spending more than he should.
He said that about Dak, and we talked about it.
Right. He'll
said,
pay you a big contract and be like, fuck him, I don't want him. Who's about to
I
get
swear.
another big one?
I swear.
We need somebody.
Hey,
I respect it though. If you got it, they say it ain't tricking if you got it. So don't for 1 minute think that you're locked in because I gave you this money. You can be gone and keep it. I'll get somebody else.
Right. Jerry, get it back.
I respect that about him.
If he cuts you, he cuts you. I mean, they get that money back. That's why they sign them guarantees. A contract signing. A lot of those money, like even in the Aaron Donald situation, as far as that 5-year, 135, and then Khalil Mack came the next day with Chicago and that 5-year, 140. That a lot of that money is signing bonus money. So like a lot of that out of that 135, there's only 95 to 100 that guaranteed. So 35 is incentives. So then they're going to give you at least 30 million in signing bonus. So you're only getting 60 million if you want to be real. 60 million over the next 5 years, that's guaranteed. So if you don't perform, that's like 12 million. So if you don't perform,
right,
bro, they're going to take out that 40 off you.
Right.
Mm.
So that people don't understand that when you haven't seen an NFL contract and like actually looked at it and seen, you can you can Google them and see what people are getting paid. A dude I went to high school with from the Buffalo Bills actually. He's a Trayvon Hester. I think he's a backup. They call it like a swing lineman or a shift lineman.
Well, reach out and let's see if we can get an interview.
Yeah, and I'll reach out to him. But yeah, he breaks it down to you like, hey, look, man, you think you're making millions, you really ain't. They get taxed in every individual.
And yeah, they get taxed. And that's what's fucked up too. That's what's fucked up is they get taxed as if their paycheck's a bonus.
Right.
They get taxed at the 40, like how we get taxed on our overtime. But that's not overtime for them.
Nah, it's regular time.
Right. So how the fuck can you tax them as if it's a bonus if that's my salary?
Because it's an entertainment. Like, they are entertainers, so they get paid as
a bonus would insinuate I've already hit my levels.
Mm-hmm.
Would insinuate you already paid me what I deserved and I provided what you asked.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to tax me at that bonus, that means that you owe me for what I got before that. Before we hit that bonus. Huh?
You know who definitely deserves their money right now, and I hope that they do get a nice big size contract. Mr. Mac Jones, 5 wins in a row, playoff bound Patriots, looking good.
Was y'all saying that about Patty Moe?
Who's that?
Oh, my homie.
Motherfuckers wasn't like it's his first fucking year, G. It's his
Patty Mahomes wasn't even doing this in his first year.
Listen,
he wasn't doing this.
I have to go back and watch Patty Mahomes' first season.
And you gotta think, Patty Mahomes did it with more. He's doing it with less. Look, who does he have big name on offense?
Nobody.
But see, that's what you lack to understand though, is that the Patriots create superstars. They don't draft them.
They develop them, yeah.
Now they wait. Didn't they just clear house and trade everything, use their whole cap up to pick up new players in this offseason before they even got a Mac Jones?
They did.
So what I'm saying is, when you think about an Edelman and what's the other dude, all these other players that ended up being superstars, nobody knew who the fuck they were beforehand.
I'll tell you right now,
the Patriots made them, is what I'm saying. Just like the Patriots made Brady. The Patriots made them.
I don't know, Brady, bro. Bro, Brady's still doing shit without
right, but if the Patriots did not make Brady, then tell me why he wasn't doing that in college. That's what I said the difference between him and Mac was. Brady wasn't doing shit in Michigan. Mac at least was doing something in Alabama.
Brady got drafted with 6th round, right?
Right. So what I'm saying is, so if we're working with the same base, right? But this dude was performing at a higher level, then that would lead you to believe that if that team is as good as people think they are at development, that boy could exceed a Brady. Now, you want to talk about who did what in their first year? What did Brady do in his?
He didn't do that. That's what I'm
right.
saying. He didn't do
right. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's not all Mac. There's a method to the Patriots' madness. That's why they were there for so many years, and the only big name they ever had was Randy Moss.
So then why didn't Cam Newton have the same success in that role in the Patriots?
It doesn't always fit. It doesn't fit.
It's scheme. That scheme up there doesn't fit for him.
Right. So then Mac does play a role, meaning that he fits.
He fits more, right.
He fits and he's excelling in this role. He's not just playing the role. There's a difference between playing the role and excelling in the role.
I'm not taking anything away from Mac. I'm just saying that it's wild to say he deserves a big contract in his first year.
We said the same thing about Herbert. We said Herbert deserved all his money last year when he balled out. We all said it. We said Herbert, man, he had a hell of a year. That's a good quarterback,
well, he doesn't have any money, right?
Right. He's a rookie.
Well, now he's a sophomore, but that's what I'm saying.
Contract.
He still has 2 more years.
I think they should evaluate that. I don't think you should have to ball out because you get liable to get injured in that 3rd or 4th year.
I agree.
You never get to that payday. Like all these other sports give you the guaranteed money. If a person, let's say like my homie, when he after you won him that chip, and then he took him to another Super Bowl, they had to give him an extension.
Right.
He was only in his 3rd or 4th year.
Right.
They had to because they risk losing a franchise player.
Hold up real quick.
They can't risk that. So, you got to pay these players, man. Stop playing. If he's balling out like Mac Jones is balling out, we might have to negotiate you getting some more money up front. Like, why make you wait to get more money when you clearly exceeding what we expect you to do? You're balling, bro. And if he does that next year, hypothetically, and he avoids injuries, bro, there's no reason why y'all shouldn't be trying to look to extend him already.
Who, Mac?
Just lock him up. Just lock him up.
I mean, yeah, you might as well, but they're not going to do that, right? Because it's a money game. It's a money grab. And like we know with the Patriots, they're not above paying someone outlandish money. Now, Brady didn't get outlandish money because he's smart, because he chose to give it to people to get, people involved. That's smart as fuck. That's half of what makes him great. But a Mac, like in this day and age, the way things are going, because you also got to understand that we weren't in the era of big contracts like this when Brady had the opportunity at his.
No.
We weren't seeing $158 million contracts. I guarantee you if those contracts were out back then, Brady might have had a different path because he would have wanted some of his money.
The Mahomes, 13 years, $512 million.
Now, Mahomes should have took every penny because you already, like Malk said, you already have your team established.
Right.
I'm not taking anything from anyone else because you already had your team. Now, a Brady and a Mac are in different positions. I think Mac is in a slightly better position because, like I said, they emptied out their bank account. Their pockets are flipped inside out with all the players they picked up. And they didn't pick those players up because they were already superstars. They picked them up because they know they can develop them into.
Right.
We need people that don't have egos, that aren't coming in thinking that they're hot shit. The people that come in thinking that they're hot shit, God bless, are the people that fuck up and do dumb shit and lose their opportunity. I'm not going to name any names, but it's pretty safe to say we know a lot of people I'm talking about. The people without egos show up to practice on time, and they make sure they don't do anything to jeopardize their opportunity. And it seems like That's half of the Patriots' greatness is their vetting process.
Discipline. Well, Belichick has a military background.
Well, it's
For
not
those who
even
may or may not
discipline,
know.
right? Because you can bring somebody in that can fuck up the church's money.
Right.
They say one bad apple spoils the bunch. That's why I
They
can
get rid of
understand
him.
Belichick being like, Brady, I know you like Antonio, but we're not high on him.
Right.
I get that. And Brady's just the real nigga that's like, nah, that's my people. He good. I got him.
Right.
He came in and he was out of there.
Right. And he brought his nigga with him. That's what real niggas do. Like, yeah,
He
they
definitely
said
did.
you wasn't gonna be shit there, but I know, like I said, I invested in you, so I'm gonna bring you here too. And look
Well,
what happened.
And they
That's
helped
what they
because
did.
Bruce Arians has some background with Antonio being his offensive.
Yeah, offensive coordinator from Pittsburgh. Yep.
You said what
But
now?
he wasn't high on Antonio coming until Brady was like, "Just trust me on this. Like, he's not who you remember him as." Like,
Right.
he'll be okay. And Bruce was
Bruce Arians was the offensive coordinator on Pittsburgh, and
Right.
AB was there during that same time period. So they already got chemistry.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Bruce wasn't high on AB because of how
Right. It
he
wasn't the
left.
best chemistry.
They didn't leave on a good note. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh yeah.
So,
But it
he's
don't
a
matter
physics talent.
if you stand against a player like Brady and say it doesn't matter, I'm not doing it, you better be right.
Yeah.
You better be right.
Better.
Because if you're wrong, there's real
You
big
lose your job.
consequences for that. That's like to give it to a perspective like us, that's like going to your boss's boss and being like, nah, that's not right. I'm going to do it this way. And they're like, all right, we trust you.
Right.
What you think going to happen if it doesn't work?
Right. Your boss.
You're
will
gone.
put the hammer on you.
You're gone.
Out of there.
Quickly.
Out of there. What's that what they say now? You're out of there.
Right. You stupid. You right.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying. These picks. Let's get to these picks so we can move on to this
Right.
to this
You
fight
got
shit,
first
and then we gonna wrap it up. Bills Colts. What you got, Les?
Go ahead and take the Bills. I'm gonna say 7.
Billy 7. You and Malk, y'all family. I see.
I told you great minds think alike.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Well, y'all
Bills-
just beat me.
Bills
It's
ain't
only
hot,
us.
hot.
It's only us 3 this week, and you know what? That's interesting that it would be because we were the ones that tied for first
place.
last week. So
Mhm.
that last week was a push. Now we on to this week.
Somebody's gonna win today. Somebody's gonna win.
Well,
this
you and Mock are picking the exact same, so I feel like either y'all are going to tie or I'm going to win.
We'll
You hear
see.
me? Let's go Brownies Lions.
Now, this is where controversy starts. So, last time I checked, Chubb is not active.
Right, no.
So, because I looked at my fantasy and they won't let me take him off IR. So, with Chubb's production being out, no OBJ, which really doesn't matter. Is Jarvis Landry still out or is he in?
I think he's back.
Yeah, I want to say he's back.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he's back.
All right, so he's back. Okay. Is their tight end? What's his name? Something Hooper still out?
No,
Or he in?
that I do not know.
All right, the IR is very important in that game because Detroit has been on the cusp of winning a lot of
Kareem's
games.
in, though.
I don't have faith in him.
But, I mean, he didn't do bad. He didn't do bad by himself that, what week was that? 9?
That was week 9, Cliff.
We're in 11. It's 2 weeks ago. Like,
No, I'm
he was
all I'm
out for
saying is,
one week. The week before he was out, I feel like he did pretty good for him to be the only head on the 2-headed horse.
all I'll be saying is when I look at Chubb's stats because I have him on fantasy and I look at Kareem's.
I like Chubb
And
a
let's-
lot more than Kareem. Don't get it
Exactly.
twisted. Don't get it
So I don't
twisted.
have. I don't.
But
I don't
Kareem's
have.
not
I
a
don't
bad
have Kareem
quarter. Just because Chubb is that good does not mean that Kareem. Like you could put either one of them running backs on any team by themselves and they produce it.
Yeah, nah, I don't got no faith in Kareem, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take an upset. I'm gonna say Detroit 3.
Okay. I said Browns 3. Okay, I like that.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Take the upset time.
Less is stupid. I peeped that.
Big up.
Jets Dolphins. I think that's an interesting one.
We have to even talk about this game, bro. This game gonna be a shit show.
Like a high school game.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be JV team. Everybody's injured. You got all your bench players in.
It depends though, because I mean, Tua came in last week.
Did he get injured again? Oh no! He came in playing injured with that finger. He played injured with that finger. I don't like. If it's on, is it on his throw? Do we know it's on his throwing hand or his offhand?
I think it is his throwing hand.
Oh,
but
Lord.
I still have the confidence after watching him enter the game last week. Like, what I'm saying is, you got to understand that you have to protect your investment when you're worth that much to these teams. So his finger may be healed, like to where he's like, nah, I'm good. Like I can grip, I can do all that. But they like, nah. According to the ICD code on the medical paperwork, it says you should be out 4 to 6. So we're gonna keep you out for that full 6 type shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like certain players can play. I'm not saying Tua is that guy, but certain players can play with injury and still be productive. And if he is still injured last week, that proved you may be able to still be productive, and even more so productive than who is it? Not Brissett. I always get them confused. Denver's and Miami's quarterback.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, Bridgewater's in Denver. So yeah, it's Brissett. Because as soon as he came in, Jacoby Brissett was pissed. He had to sit on the bench. But Tua definitely moved the ball. He looked a lot better than the Tuas I've seen before.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of like Brissett because he came out of that New England play style.
I do like Brissett.
He came out of that New England. So, you know, Belichick be grooming these guys.
He beat him. But, I think so. But he beat him last week. Tua beat him last week. Because it was like they got a half and a half damn near. And you wouldn't win until Tua came in.
Yeah, I don't know. But as far as the pick, I'll take Miami 7.
Miami 7. Hey, keep in mind as well, I know Mock been on the IR. Zach Wilson's still out, and they're thinking about starting Flacco over Mike White this week.
If they do that, definitely. Well, actually, we're going to boost that up. We're going to say Miami 14 now.
Miami. Well, I don't know if they confirmed Mike White or Flacco. If it was me, I would still put Mike White in. I don't care. Last week he threw for 4 interceptions, but I also feel like he did. But I also feel like a lot of them were like forced, like just him being in a position.
Yeah, he was a one-hit wonder. I feel like.
What's up with these players, man?
So you going Dolphins 14?
Yeah, I'll still take the 14 ball.
And then we got Eagles Saints.
That's unique. Eagles Saints.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Eagles. I'm gonna take the Philly cheesesteaks. And I'm gonna take the Philly cheesesteaks by 7.
Okay. And I didn't tell you, we all picked the Bills. Dolphins, we all picked the Dolphins. I went 6, Malk went 3. And then Eagles, you said 7. Let me put that. Malk said 10, I said 13.
Mm-hmm.
I think Eagles show out on the Saints. Then we got Raiders, Bengals. That's an interesting game, especially the way they've been playing without people. But I also think Deshaun Jackson got a little more time to get acclimated to the playbook this week.
I'd say, I like my Raiders, man. I like the Raiders because your boy Ripro.
Don't try. I love Ripro. That's my nigga, man. Ripro,
I love Ripro. He the truth. I ain't gonna hold you. He's the Cooper Cup of y'all team, but I love that
He
way he
is, but he
plays.
can't be the number one wide receiver though. He just can't be.
That's not his forte.
He's slick. Like
I
he
respect
gets
it.
around. He gets around shit. So if everybody knows to point in on him, he's not gonna get nothing.
Yeah, I like your boy Renfro a lot. Shifty player. I'm gonna go with Oakland. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna take
You
Oakland.
mean Vegas, but it's cool.
Vegas, yeah,
I
you
do
know the
that too.
original Oakland,
Right.
the original Oakland. I'm gonna say 10.
Okay. I went Raiders 6.
And it's gonna be a tough game. I want to say Cincy, but I just like Renfro so much. I'm gonna just go ahead and say
We in
Oakland.
Cincinnati, I believe too, but I'm still going
I don't
Raiders
think that's gonna
6.
change. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna change. I'll still take Raiders 10.
Mock went
Their
Bengals
defense,
10.
their defense is
Ooh,
too powerful.
you know what? You on that? I gotta give you a buy on that. The Thursday game. So you already down one. So if you beat us, you gonna be something this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you down on the Pats Falcons. Next we'll go Panthers Washington football team.
Chase Young out. No pass rush coming from the right side. Well, he's actually lines up on the left.
I heard they were questioning whether or not they were going to start Cam this week. I said that's the wildest shit I've ever heard.
That's the wildest thing. Why would you go through signing that man just to not play him?
After what he did last week, you just going not.
He balled out.
Okay.
They tripping. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take Carolina. So he ran up 25 points. He ran up 30-something points last week. I'm gonna take Carolina 10.
Okay. Mock went Carolina 7. I went Carolina 13. Last we got Cowboys Chiefs.
I think there's an upset coming on the Dak Prescott side. I think Chiefs have been playing down the comp, man. They've been struggling with teams I don't think they should struggle with. I'm gonna take the Cowboys. That point spread is gonna be close, man. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like 7. Yeah, we'll take Cowboys 7. We'll take a touchdown.
That's the same thing I picked. Mock picked Chiefs 13.
Okay.
And I wish I could give you my reasoning as to why I picked some of these, but I be, buzzed when I be doing it. So some of the time I don't remember. But we'll move on before we wrap it up. I do want to point out that the Terence Crawford Sean Porter fight is tonight. I think this is going to be our fight of the year. I think it's going to be hands down fight of the year.
Sean Porter and
I don't know.
You said Sean Porter and who?
You said you don't know nothing about either of them.
No, not them two. I think
Sean Porter fight I used to follow Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, they had that Sean Porter where he kind of it was one of those situations where one of them should have won. We thought AB was going to win, but he didn't. He folded and got knocked the hell out. But
he didn't get knocked out in the Sean Porter fight.
AB ain't never got knocked out. He got knocked down. My bad.
I think he did get knocked down.
He got knocked down.
Never been knocked out.
And he, that was my man's too. I met him in person too. Real cocky dude. Like he's real cocky.
They both from Ohio. AB from Cincy, Porter from Cleveland.
That's gonna be fun. Some nice beef.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, who you think's gonna win though? And what round do you have them getting them like winning? Do you think there's gonna be a knockout? You think it's gonna go full distance?
Now, here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna go through it for people that may not know as well. Terence Crawford is supposedly number 2 pound for pound behind Canelo. He 37-0, 28 knockouts. And an interesting story, right, about Terence Crawford, how he got into boxing, and you gotta respect a nigga like this. They said that Terence Crawford, well, his mom said this, right? Said he was so bad that, like, when she whooped him, he didn't care. So she would pay kids that was older than him in the neighborhood to come fight him. and Terence will fuck them all up. And then after a while, he got older. He became a street kid. He got shot in the back of the head with a 22 and survived. And that's when he went into box. He went as a sparring partner to help somebody out, and ended up working him over. And they was like, "You should be doing this yourself." And then he started boxing.
That's a dope story how he got in.
Right. Now, I say that now, and Sean Porter, though, he's a different animal. Like, he's, not to get into backstories, but he's the complete opposite. Like, his father is his trainer, and he takes good care of that man. But they both have something, right? Because Sean Porter is an animal. I know y'all said y'all don't know a lot about him. I believe he had football scholarships and played college ball and stopped playing ball to box while he was in college. I think he might have fought a little before college too. I don't know, because in his amateurs he fought high. He fought like at 54 or 160 something. Because he fought a lot of he fought the heavyweight champ. I said that on the last podcast. He fought Alexander Usyk in the amateurs, and he beat him. And Sean Porter is he fights okay, like, you know how people say the worst person to play basketball with is a football player?
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they say they all overly aggressive, head down drive and shit like that. Sean Porter fights like a football player.
He's fighting like his way. He's trying to get his way out of there. Like,
there's a lot of headbutts in his fights. Everything is inside and aggressive. I think it's gonna be tough for Terence Crawford to get this win. At the end of the day, I do think he pulls it off. I don't know, man. Something in me is leaning towards Sean Porter, though. Terence Crawford's always had issues with little guys. He fought Yorikis Gamboa, and he had issues with him, and Gamboa is no Sean Porter. But Sean Porter is also not a puncher. I think it's going to go out 12 rounds, and I think it's going to be a decision to Terence Crawford. I think it's going to be a split decision, Terence Crawford victory.
I got Crawford at 9 rounds to go ahead and punch him out. 9? Crawford at 9.
Sean Porter ain't never been knocked out before. He only got dropped, I think, twice. He got dropped in that Broner fight. He got dropped in that Spence fight. No, I think he got dropped more than twice. He lost to Kell Brook, and if I'm not mistaken, he might have got dropped once or twice. But all of his knockdowns are like, "Ooh, you caught me," more so than "I'm hurt." So I don't know.
He about to get dropped. He gonna get dropped tonight. Round 9. He's knocking him out.
I kind of feel disrespected. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Sean Porter TKO.
Ooh.
Yep.
TKO.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think he'll knock Terence Crawford out, but Terence Crawford has been dropped before, unofficially. And then he has been wobbled multiple times in a fight by the Gamboa dude. So I think TKO, because I think if Sean Porter can wobble him, he has enough go in him that he'll start throwing punches to where the ref will step in between it.
What time does that fight come on? The undercard starts about 9:30?
Yeah, well, the undercard probably been going on, but the undercard on the main event, 9:30.
So the fight will be around 11.
That's tough, man. I think it'll be a Crawford victory if Sean Porter doesn't catch him. If Sean Porter catches him, I'm going TKO in the 10th. Because I think 11th and 12th, he's going to be too gassed out. He's going to have already thrown a lot of punches. Yeah, I'm going
I don't think
Porter
nobody's gonna pick him.
TK10. I know that's a crazy prediction. But if I hit it, then what? I think Porter TKO in a 10th.
When we got off the podcast, I'm gonna see what the lines are.
Oh, they're
Money
crazy.
line.
I think they was like last we checked. I think they were Crawford minus 750, Porter plus 225 or something like that.
That's not too crazy. For something they think it's gonna be fairly close. You got to put 750 to win 100, and you got to put
that
up
ain't too close.
No, I ain't too close, but I ain't saying it ain't too far away. When Mayweather was fighting, his joints would be like minus 1,400, 1,500 to
right.
plus 1,000.
Yeah, you right.
Because dudes always think they're gonna win. They go like, man, he went. And Mayweather's crazy because Mayweather never lost.
Right.
So all the people who went against him all them times, they got their asses handed to them.
Well, let's put it like this: as much as I think Crawford would win, I would never put $750 up to win 100.
Right.
Never.
That would be too much of a risk.
That is extremely
who he's
risky.
fighting against.
Yeah, I would put money up for a draw for a split decision.
I think Sean Porter might have one of, if not the best resume in boxing. Goes
He
to
fought
Sean
everybody.
Porter. The only losses he has goes to Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, and Kell Brook.
Those are all thuggers.
Right, all of which were multiple belt champions.
Yeah, he ain't losing no scraps.
Now, I think Terence Crawford could easily add himself to that list, but it's not going. It's you gotta fight smart, and Sean Porter makes every fight a backyard slugfest.
Yeah, that head button and all that other stuff.
Man. So I don't know, but I don't have anything else. Do y'all have anything before we close it out?
Right. Here's as trash as usual. Cleveland Cavaliers will not make the playoffs. My mom is loud as hell. I can hear her all the way from here in Richmond, once again in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I don't got nothing else. Like, subscribe, share, tune in, back on Wednesday, all that.
Listen, we be back on Wednesday. How
Back
your
on
gig going?
Wednesday.
You gonna be on Wednesday, or you still?
I'll slide in at work, but it's not promised because
Ain't nobody
the way they
mad at
got
you.
working.
You getting that money? Get that money.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But now you'll get my picks. I'll be here to see how the picks are playing out.
Yeah, we gonna go over and we'll wait to go over them until he on.
Showers.
Oh yeah, right.
What
the fuck?
Mine goes to the Lakers. Unacceptable to lose like you did to Leicester's punk ass Celtics. By that fashion with LeBron back. Everyone last night that played for the Los Angeles Lakers hit these showers and then some.
They suck.
Man.
My hit the showers is going to Carolina. Gotta give it to Carolina. Why would you even question who your starting quarterback is after this season or after last game?
Last week, right. Who else would you go with?
And there was another reason I can't think of right now. Damn, I can't think of why else. But something in me wanted to say fuck Carolina. And I'm going to say fuck Carolina, but I can't give you the reason why at the moment.
The Carolina.
Yeah, other than Cam, that's good enough, but there's something else.
We were actually just up there not too long ago.
Yeah, there's something else. I don't know. Les, I would say who's your hit the showers, but I know somebody else might be giving theirs with you in your background.
Right.
Nah, just
Be back Sunday.
Man, just stay safe out here, man. These streets. I ain't gonna push it further than that. Stay safe in these streets, man. Keep that pole next to you, man. America ain't as what you think it's cracked up to be, man.
Listen, You ain't
That's all I
lying.
got. Cause this the wild stuff that's going on. People getting killed. Your boy Dog. This dude getting acquitted of these charges, man. A lot going on out here in these streets, man.
A
Sky,
lot of challenges right now. There's a lot of
Yeah, there's a
challenges
lot of.
right now.
Yeah,
Well,
man. This guy
listen,
stay
you
safe,
said it.
man.
Keep that thing. Keep that
But
thing.
yeah, keep that thing close to you. And if you gotta
Listen.
tap, and ask questions later. But there ain't no,
Listen.
cause
Keep that
yeah,
from
I rather them than you.
I
You know
heard
what
that.
I'm
Well,
saying?
we love y'all. Love us back with a like, subscribe, or share. And we will catch y'all Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yep.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Peace, fools.